Hello, welcome to the Lolpog League.
Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Welcome to another stream of Season 1 of the Lolpok League. Today we'll be having a match of Division 2, Scamper versus Rorschach, the second match for the British player, and finally the first match for the Polish player. Scamper played one match and won against James 5-4 in a decider. Today he's looking for more than only 2 points, as you can see in the table. Rocco already with a 5-0 win against James in his first match, so Rocco is in position number 1 for a moment, but we have also two another players, Alex H and Chikoszczak, who haven't played any match yet. So yeah, those standings are very, very provisional. Anything can happen in Division 2, but today, as mentioned, Scamper plays Rurchak. Adam, do you have any predictions how the match can end?
Well, we haven't really seen Rorschach playing recently. It's his first match in the league. We saw one from Scamper. The match was pretty shaky, had a lot of both great and not so great moments. I'm sure Scamper is hoping for more, and I'm sure he wants to take all the 3 points today. Scamper is the
Yes,
top seed in Division 2. I believe the 5-4 win against the lowest seed, James, is already not what he wanted, and Rorschach, the 4th seed in the division, wants to kind of upset Scamper, I believe. Upset maybe is too strong of a word, but who knows? Shall see. Hello, Scamper.
Hello. And what's also important, as you can see the statistics, Scamper is yet to score 500k in this season. He played 9 games against James, but was not able to find a way to break this 500k barrier. He is more than capable of doing it. So there's also something to do in this matter for the British player.
I see
As we can
Scamper is already live.
And I thought that Rorschach was going live for a moment, but now I can see him. Yeah, he should be live, if my Twitch says it correctly.
Yes, now Rorschach is live as well. So let's have the players on the screen, and here we have them.
Yeah, as we know, Scamper is using the original PAL card, so there is no possibility for SPS match. So the RNG will also play a role, especially when we'll be approaching transition to level 19. In some games, there might be a discrepancy in terms of long bars. So this will be also interesting to see how those games develop. And we can see Rorschach is trying to adjust his camera. So let's give him last moments to prepare. But it looks like it's fine. Yes, Scamper Rorschach, just to remind you, this is the best of 9 match, level 18 stars only. PAL does 3 points if you win not in a decider, 2 points if you win in a decider, 1 point if you lose in a decider, and 0 points if you lose not in a decider. This is how it goes. The winner of your division has a guaranteed spot in Division 1 next season. So there is a lot of to play for. And yeah, I think as far as the rules are concerned, I didn't miss anything. Adam, please correct me if I'm mistaken. Mm-hmm. So Scamper, Rorschach, if you feel ready, please let us know, and then we can start the countdown for game number 1 between two of you. First match for Rorschach, second match for Scamper in this season. Yeah. Adam, do you think the match Rocco versus James will play a big factor in the league, because it was very unfortunate for the American player to lose 0-5, especially with those two close games. And I wonder if in the long term this result will matter.
I don't really think so, because it doesn't really matter whether you win 5-0 or 5-1, 5-2 or 5-3. It was very unfortunate that James got swept in this match, given how the scores went and how the match looked like overall. But I'm pretty sure all the 3 points Rocco took from that match were very deserved for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and don't forget, I say to myself, that in case of equal number of points, the direct encounter counts. So that the game difference will be counted only if those direct encounters are not sufficient. So yeah, in the long term, this shouldn't really matter that much.
Nevertheless, James is with 0 points at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, with 0 points from that match and only 1 point out of 2 matches overall, which isn't really a good start necessarily, but we shall see. Alex and Ćwiekoszczak are yet to play their first match. Rorschach is playing his first now, so very early days still.
Before the season started, I predicted this division especially to be very tight, and that maybe some single points will be decisive in terms of the final standings. It is still possible to finish like this.
Pretty likely, I would say.
Yeah, and then also the thing we discussed before going live, that there is a mathematical chance for 2 players from this division to advance to first division. One, of course, as a division winner, but also in terms of ELO, we analyzed it a little bit. And if, for example, Sidnev continues his bad streak like in the last matches, and someone else also not winning that many matches, and 2 players performing especially well here in this division, it might be that it's not guaranteed, but might be that 2 players from Division 2 will get a spot in Division 1 in the next season.
Hello, G-Dutch. G-Dutch also with a little but realistic chance for Division 1 next season.
Yeah, especially after last loss of Le versus Iceblade. This gives G-Dutch a very good shot to win the division, but in order to skip Division 2, he needs to win those 2 remaining matches and also gain some ELO from the upcoming Lolpok Classics tournaments, because the league might not be enough. Okay, Scamper, Rorschach, I think it's time to collect your readiness. And Scamper already says he's ready, so Rorschach, your match should have started 4 minutes ago, so it's this slowly but surely time to start the match and play for some league points.
No, 19 matches don't count for ELO. No, Rorschach, Scamper doesn't have the technology to do SPS.
Okay, and Scamper has
They are
Scamper
ready.
has also hover 3, so we can count hover 3 as readiness as well. So let's count the countdown for game number 1.
In 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Good luck and have fun, guys. Both players maybe not with the ideal starts, but both of them have their stacks now under control. Scamper with 73,000, Rorschach with 51.
Very nice days.
Oh, and
Scamper misdropped pretty badly.
this slows him down a little bit.
It should be fine. Very lucky it happened that low on the board. So very dangerous misdrops if they happen by the board that was low enough not to cause any major trouble, but now he is the one behind by about 2 Tetrises at the very beginning of the game.
Wanted to say that this early league gave Rorschach a chance, which Rorschach took immediately in order to gain some lead. But right now, Rorschach is only 1 Tetris ahead. He slowed down for a moment. Scamper was a little bit more efficient, and there is about 19-18k difference between two players, so not a full Tetris lead for the Polish player.
Rorschach kind of lost dust for a second. This is a very tricky board on the right. This is not looking good by any means for Rorschach. Needs some help. It's very unfortunate board. It's much worse than it looks like. Opening the right will be very difficult, and that's gonna be it. There's no way out of it anymore. Scamper takes the first game.
Yeah, the board was difficult, but Rorschach also got some only S's and Z's, so this is very difficult to get out of it with those pieces. Scamper 224, 580 is more than enough to win the first game, and 1-0 for the British player.
Rorschach is immediately ready for the next game. And Scamper ready as well. The next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
And those are those unfortunate scenarios when you misdrop, and then immediately after the misdrop you get only S's and Z's and you are high. There's not much you can do. Okay, Scamper with a very last second adjustment to fix his board. He performed very well. 48 for Scamper and 69 for Rorschach. So about 1 Tetris lead for the Polish player, early stages in this game.
Scamper went very high. This quite didn't work out. Had to save himself with those bears, and that was a misdecision, a very big misdecision. Now he needs some long bar to the right, gets the long bar, but it's still very bad, very high.
And
still possible, but needs
difficult.
perfect pieces, literally perfect pieces. Doesn't get them, that's it. Ruszczak takes the game.
And we have 1-1.
Hesitation with the long bar, so high on the board. It's like, even like that dropping it by default. Would have been much better in the long run. Decided to try to do quite too much with the snow bar. That was it. So both players exchanged very early top outs. In the first two games, we are at 1-1.
Yeah, 2 games in, Scamper with a total lines of 87 and Ruszczak with 90 lines. So not even 100 line cleared for a player in those 2 games. I remember one match last time, Iceblade playing Le. They also struggled with those 100 lines. Ball players are ready, Adam?
Yes. Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Well, actually, it wasn't like these 2 top outs weren't like a series of bad mistakes. Just something happening in a very wrong moment.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, not like it isn't totally their fault, but lower in the board, situation like this happening wouldn't be any significant problem. Scamper starts with a misdrop. I don't know what's going on, like recently, not only for these 2 players, but for many players, many matches, a lot of starts look as if the players weren't like warmed up properly.
Yeah, just let's take an example of Sydney versus Team or Iceblade versus Le. Those were also some shaky starts in those 2 matches played on the last stream, if I recall it correctly.
Yes, and usually the one who manages to pull themselves together first is the one where advantages in the further stages of the match. Ruszczak leads by 1 Tetris at this point. Not anymore. I'm wondering whether the players will try to go for like a bit safer approach towards the next lines.
Let's find out. 145 Scamper, 106 Ruszczak. So now Scamper, now after this Tetris, with 1 Tetris lead.
Oh, that's very interesting. Scamper didn't do the attack for the Tetris setup. No idea what happened to it. What happened there?
He decided to do it other way, which seems to work because his stack is under control and his Tetris ready. 220,000 for Scamper and 205 for Ruszczak. So about not a full, but about 1 Tetris lead for the British player right now.
Well, you really can feel unsafe watching Scampers play this and
Oh my
previous
god,
games.
what happens to his board?
Once again, that was like a weird misdrop. The dust control is not there yet. Ruszczak unable to take advantage of it really so far. Scamper will just play one of the ground for a moment. Misdrops again.
Hello,
Ruszczak
Leo, welcome in
is
the chat.
clean and almost 1 Tetris ahead. Not anymore. Scamper will be out of it, but decides to play one of the ground. Lots of interesting decisions by him in this game. Now he makes the perfect transform back to the bottom. And it's ahead by over a Tetris. Hello, Yo-Yo. No, Ruszczak is not the Balkan man. It's Siekoszczak. Although, maybe Ruszczak wants to join Siekoszczak on the balcony as well. What do you think, Rafa?
It depends how the match ends. If Ruszczak wins, maybe he avoids Balkan today.
Scamper is leading by 1 Tetris still at 90 lines. Ruszczak manages to recover.
Oh, as we have Leo in the chat, maybe you can answer us. Have you transitioned to console or are you still cheating on the keyboard?
Yeah. Stop committing war crimes.
For 11 for Scamper, 385 for Ruszczak, 20 lines into transition. So Scamper with a little bit of an advantage. Like 1 Tetris. But what's the most important? Both players are clean. Both players can go as efficient as they only can before transition. Currently cheating. Okay, stop cheating. Start playing proper Tetris, Leo.
Scamper with over 1 Tetris advantage.
And finally 500k for Scamper in this season. GG's for this. But now there is another task to do. So there is a game to be won.
If Scamper gets this Tetris, he will be the one with the lead on
529.
Now he will have the lead of 1 Tetris after this. This is 3 high left for Ruszczak. What's happened to Ruszczak? This is a very difficult situation. Gets the L. Will he survive it? Needs another long bar. Gets the long bar.
Gets it.
Survives.
And lowers it down.
Scamper will top out. What will be the final score of Scampers? The final score of Scampers is 541 and 200 bar, but Ruszczak in a lot of trouble. Still survivable though.
Oh, and Ruszczak is about to top of time, I'm afraid. There's anything he can do on this board. 153 lines, 524, 660, and Scamper takes the game and leads 2-1. But finally, Adam, a decent game from both players, double transition, double 500k, so something we were waiting for. Players, if you can continue with this, we'll be more than happy to see it.
Ruszczak is immediately ready once again. And now Scamper ready as well, so the next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Yeah, those transitions, they were both very tough for both players. Scamper died a little bit earlier. Ruszczak couldn't take this opportunity because his board was also very, very difficult. Maybe this time it will look a little bit different, who knows? And once again, Ruszczak starting a little bit more efficient than Scamper in the first lines of the game. Now Ruszczak with this weird well in the middle of his stack. He's going for a center well and he gets a long bar, gets a Tetris. 95 for Ruszczak, 95 for Scamper, so they are neck and neck. Oh, and now Ruszczak needs a long bar to fill the dependency, gets the long bar, but his stack is far from being ideal. This gives Scamper a chance, but Scamper's board is not perfect as well. Scamper is not ready for a few lines to score a Tetris, so yeah, both players struggling a little bit, but Ruszczak is immediately clean. Everything happening so fast. 125 Scamper, 151 Ruszczak, and both players seem to have their stacks under control, or isn't Scamper? What's going on? Okay, he got the long bar, he lowered the stack a little bit. 149 Scamper, 174 Ruszczak. But I have a weird impression that Scamper can't find a way today to hold the stack for a whole game under his control.
Not yet.
That, yeah, that it looks like he is like kind of sure that he controls his destiny, but then
What's
one
the
simple
Spire?
misdrop.
What's he gonna do now? Has to stick to the second column for a second. Has great pieces to deal with that. Absolutely perfect. So lucky that was. Oh,
Yeah, and Scamper is only one Tetris behind right now. So anyone's game.
that's a bad misdrop by Rorschach. This doesn't really help yet. Not just yet. What is this O-spam? What's happening?
And Rorschach gets a nice Tetris. 318. Scamper 275, but Scamper has also blocked his well a little bit. And what will it be for the British player? He needs a few more good pieces to get out of it, but he doesn't get them. And now, and this Jamie's drop, it might be fatal. And it is. 78 lines, 281, 580. Top out for Scamper, and Rorschach is already good, and we have 2-2. Rorschach, you are good, you are safe. You can top out the game whenever you want. It's 2-2. 357, 580 for Rorschach. 90 lines. Not the best pace in the world, but enough to win this game and secure 2-2 score.
Rorschach once again ready immediately. Scamper taking a short break. Well, so far, both the games Rorschach won were like pure Scamper's gifts.
Mm-hmm. And Scamper proved to me once again that what I suspected, that he doesn't feel that much his control over the game today, and yeah, this might be a difficult match in the long term for the British player. But let's find out.
They are ready.
How it goes.
Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So far, both players with 3 Tetrises.
And no major issues so far, both sides. But let's see how long can they keep it like this.
That's a very nice start by both, indeed. I think really to distinguish them. But at this very point, Rorschach, through all those Tetrises, managed to get an advantage of 1 Tetris. It's a bit more efficient than Scamper, it looks like.
Yeah, but Rorschach has some minor problems, and this gives Scamper a chance. Exactly the same score for a moment. Yeah, Scamper reduced his deficit. Now they are very neck and neck. And they both scored Tetrises, 1000 point difference between both of them. So anyone's game so far, and Scamper gets only S's and Z's for a moment, which weren't so friendly for his stack. And now he's trying to fight to bring it down. And once again, Scamper gets a very unfortunate sequence.
Well, it looks like the misdrop, the distribution is very unlucky today.
What did you say? Misdrop distribution?
Yeah.
How do you define misdrop distribution?
You can misdrop very low and in the board in a way that doesn't really change anything. Misdrop just when you are high on the board kills you instantly. So far, a lot of trouble caused by in this way. But Scamper can be pretty happy about this game so far. He's leading by 1 Tetris at this point.
Now they are neck and neck.
This is not an SPS match. So
Yeah, some RNG, especially before transition RNG differences may play a role.
yeah, that's why the 1 Tetris lead, even 2 Tetris leads in early 18 doesn't in late 18 doesn't really guarantee anything.
In SPS match, you could have a feel of some kind of, comfort, but in this kind of game, no. You can get no long bars for the last 10 lines of 18, and your opponent can get many of them and reduce even 2 Tetrises or maybe even 3 Tetrises difference. In SPS match, it isn't that likely.
Scamper with a lot of weird decisions on his board. This puts him in this little bit of a take, which I think he will try to go for this Tetris. One of the ground does it.
And he goes for it.
Roadchuck with much cleaner board.
461 Scamper, 445 Roadchuck. And Scamper is sticking to this row 2 setup. And Rorschach is in a very difficult situation. He has this weird tower in the middle of his board, but he gets perfect pieces to get out of it. Needs a long bar, gets a long bar, lowers his stack down. 492 Scamper, 477 Rorschach, and we are slowly but surely approaching transition to level 19. Rorschach with a 500k, Scamper as well.
Rorschach transitions with 524. Scamper can transition with a bit more than that, but just a bit. Rorschach clears some lines. Rorschach leads by 20,000, both players on 19, both players playing on 19 at this point. Rorschach with 3 high left, gets the quick tap to the left, very nicely done. Scamper also surviving. Rorschach has the stable lead of less than 1 Tetris at this point and sets up on my well for the Tetris, gets it, but his board is in a complete mess at this point. Gets another quick tap to the left. What a quick tap paradise for Rorschach that is. It looks like he can survive it. This is 4 high now on the left. This will be very difficult. Rorschach will top out. What will be the final score? Rorschach tops out at 568,000 flat. Scamper, in order to take the game, you need to get to 568,000 at 1 point. Just 1 point over it. The situation is very difficult on the board, but still diggable. Loses Das once again. Once again, lost Das. Causes all the trouble on Scamper's side. Rorschach won the game on 19.
Yeah, and Rorschach leads 3-2. But it was another nice game to see. Double kills, double level 19 plus. 537 versus 568. So another nice game to watch. And yeah, Rorschach leads 3-2. Now Scamper is in a situation where he is not in the lead. And Scamper says the Z-Piece killed it, he had no move on it. Yeah. Yeah, both players have 2 games over 500k in this match. One won by Scamper, one won by Rurchak. But Scamper was the one who top out early more often. And this is why Rurchak is leading 3-2.
Rorschach can guarantee himself some points to the table already in this game if he wins it. Scamper just needs to start winning games. Losing this match, giving up all the 3 points to Rorschach is not an option for him by any means.
Yeah, those kind of results will only spice up the situation in the standings. Scamper with 84,000, Rorschach with 89. So very similar start, both players.
Rorschach digging quite a lot in this game so far.
Mm-hmm.
Time managing very well, but the score isn't quite there due to it. Not on Scamper's side either. Scamper with 157 at 45 lines, Rorschach now with 165 at 50 lines. Not the highest scores ever. Still pretty early days.
And Rorschach hits the spin, which is very helpful. But Scamper is the one in the lead, 249 versus 216. And Scamper really needs to win this game in order to have good chances to win this match.
It's that those last 20 lines Scamper played very efficiently. Leading by about 1 Tetris at this point. Now a little behind, but also 7 lines behind. A true advantage Scamper definitely. But it is not an SPS match once again. In the late 18, overcoming 3 Tetrises can be a thing.
Yeah, 366 Scamper, 336 Rorschach, about 30k lead for the British player, and they are trying to be as efficient as they can. As soon as they build for a Tetris and get a long bar, they convert those long bars into 22,800 points. So there is not much Rorschach can do right now. He is only keeping the pace with Scamper. But right now, Rorschach was able to reduce the deficit. Scamper wasn't able to score Tetris for a while. But now, considering the line count, Scamper comes back to this 1 Tetris lead. Now Rorschach is closed for a moment. And this gives a chance for Scamper to beat even bigger lead. And he does it, 470 for Scamper and 422 for Rorschach. So there's about 2 Tetris lead for Scamper. Scamper is also 4 lines behind. So there can be a even bigger lead going into transition for the British player.
Scamper plays very efficiently for the second part of the game, and it looks like he will have a very significant advantage at the transition. Unless something happens about this dig, Rorschach is ready for the last Tetris. This won't even be 500k. Scamper already with 500k. Rorschach transitions with 494. And Scamper is setting up for the last Tetris on 18.
And 525 transition for Scamper, so about 30,000 points lead going into the fastest speed of PAL.
This is not a good board for Rorschach though. Miss drops. This will be extremely difficult to get out of. Not possible anymore, that's gonna be it. Scamper takes the game. We are tied at 3 each. Let's see how far Scamper can go in this game.
But this is Adam, another double 500k game. So there's something what we expected from Division 2, and both those two players don't disappoint us. They needed a few games in order to warm up properly, and now they deliver. Oh, and Scamper's board is not looking great. His right side. Okay, with a long bar. Okay, he can save it. Oh, but this misdrop of the long bar might be fatal. And it is. 164 lines, 556, 820. This is the second game in a row when Scamper tops out with 164 lines. So very consistent play in terms of lines for Scamper. And it was also the highest of the match for Scamper, this 556. Highest score for Rorschach is 568. And both players collected over 2.2 million points in those 6 games. And both players also cleared over 630 lines. So, very necky match. But the statistics show that is a very fair score. Both players ready?
Next game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Whoever wins this one already guarantees himself
at least 1 point.
It really looks like this match is going to a decider.
Yeah, and maybe Scamper wants to do the same as Tugi does. So Tugi won 2 matches and 2 matches with a result 5-4. So Tugi won 2 deciders. Maybe Scamper wants to do the same.
Rorschach in a lot of trouble at the beginning. Guess the long bar. Without this long bar, it would be very difficult situation considering that this spin setup he got the T, he got the spin, so no damage done whatsoever. And actually already in the lead. Rorschach is a 1 Tetris. Now we're back to even terms.
Yeah, and we have a very nice match. As I said, for Division 2. For Division 2, it's a very nice level. Play.
Scamper in a lot of trouble on the left. It's the
Okay.
long bar at the perfect time. I'm just safe this time. And is on the lead. Scamper in the lead by 1 Tetris. Not anymore. But this right side of the board is not looking good. Very difficult spot he is at now once again.
Yes, Scamper needs some pieces to get out of it completely. Okay, but he put some weight on his hull, so he needs few more lines to be totally fine. Now the long bar saves everything, and Scamper with 172, Ruchak with 226, so about 50k lead, so 2.5 Tetrises lead for the Polish player at this stage of the game. But now Ruchak is falling into some troubles. Oh, and this might be very fatal for Ruchak. I don't know if he can survive it. He's
This
doing his
pieces he
best.
can, but needs a lumbar right now. And Ruchak doesn't get the lumbar. He tops out. Scamper still needs to score. In order to win, Scamper needs to get to 252,000 points.
Yeah, he
So
can
about
clear it.
6,000 more points from now will do.
Yeah, he can go very safely. Line out is more than enough. He has all the time in the world to do it. He has exactly the same score as Ruchak, and now he got it. So Scamper, you won the game. You win. You lead 4-3, and you guaranteed yourself at least 1 point to the table. Yes, Scamper, you are safe. You may top out. Nothing bad can happen to you in this game. 261-060. Yeah, okay, Ruchak, no problem. Take a break. We are waiting for you. Scamper, you can also take a break. And during the break, I'll allow it. Okay, thank you, Scamper, for your kind words. So yeah, let me put those scores into the tables, and while we're having a break, Adam, you can show our viewers the statistics after 7 games. So as you can see, in terms of lines and total score, very even. In terms of higher lines, Scamper was a little bit more efficient, 164 to 155. In terms of highest score, it's 556 versus 568, so here Ruchak is a little bit better. And as far as those lost games are concerned, Ruchak played a little bit better, about 60,000 more points on average in terms of score, and 13 lines in terms of lines. So this is how it looks right now, but what's the most important is the statistic. 4-3. Scamper won't go home empty-handed after this match. He guaranteed himself at least 1 point. Ruchak needs to win next game in order to get at this point as well, and then decider will tell who goes home with 2 points. Or if Scamper wins the next game, he can take all of the 3 points. Yeah, so Adam, any predictions? What can happen in game number 8? Or is it too difficult to say after what we watched so far? Because yeah, both players are capable of some great scoring games, but also with some early top outs. So yeah, for me it's very difficult to predict. Maybe you have some other take.
It looks
on
like
this matter.
Scamper has finally started to just play good. The previous 3 games, no signs of those trouble he had to fight with at the beginning of the match all the time. Since this early top out in the 4th game, it's only getting better really.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the pace in the last game, 7th game, wasn't so nice, but still, given the wasn't far behind Ruchak any point, and took the game due to the out very easily. Now has a chance to win the game and take all the 3 points.
Yeah,
He
what
would
he
like, he would
could
love it to happen.
Yeah, so the thing he wasn't able to do against James, if I'm not mistaken, let me recall it, but I'm almost sure that he also was winning like 5-4. Yeah, no, he was leading even 4-2 versus James, then lost two games in a row, which put them in the decider, and then finally won a decider. So yeah, was in a more comfortable situation against James, but it wasn't enough to win without the decider. This time he has the possibility to do it. So yeah, yeah, I'm very curious what happens. Maybe Rorschach take some extra powers from this 5-minute break, which allow him to perform well. Yeah, and we will see how it goes in terms of the standings and so on. But it's too early to say anything. We know that Sikoszczak will be able to start his matches only after July 20th. So one more week to wait for the other Polish player in this division. And we are still waiting for the availability from Alex H, so the other British player in this division. So yeah, before we know this, when they can play, it's very difficult to say how much of an impact on the overall standings those matches will have. But definitely what we can say after the first match of the Dutch player of Robko, that Robko is a very consistent player, what he proved against James. And James, with the worst impression so far in this division, but not that he is playing by far the worst, but he made some weird decisions, and this put him in this difficult situation. Definitely, James has the capabilities and skill to perform better, but these were some missed decisions in those two matches, which made his life a little bit difficult. And as we can see on our screen, both players are back. So Scamper, Rurchak, as soon as you mark your readiness, we will start the countdown for game number 8. And Scamper has hover 3 marked, so we count this as readiness on his side. And now waiting for readiness on Rurchak's side. And
Rorschach's ready as well. Next game, possibly the last game of the match, starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
But what happens to Rorschach? Why is his chair empty? Adam, can you please refresh Rorschach's stream, because he's not seen in the camera.
I have no idea what's happening there.
Yeah, if there is some camera issues, we will be forced to...
It looks like the camera froze.
Okay, so Scamper, Rurchak, I'm afraid we have to abort this game and let Rurchak fix his camera, then we can continue with this game. So this game won't count. Scamper, Rurchak, please stop out and let Rurchak fix his camera, then we will redo game number 8. Okay, Rorschach's camera is moving. Yes, Scamper, Because there was a camera issue on Rorschach's side, and therefore we had to abort this game, and we will redo game number 8.
They're ready. Game starts in 3, 2, 1. Tetris.
Mhm. And both players started very cleanly. Rorschach already with 2 Tetrises. Camper waits for a long war for his second one, and he gets it. Meanwhile, Rorschach with his third, but Scamper follows with his as well, so we are very neck and neck at the beginning of game number 8. And Scamper not happy with his last pieces. He had to make some weird placements, but shouldn't be anything fatal. He is back in business.
It's a very strong start by Rorschach though. It's immediately, as I said it, immediately drops the piece. Fortunately,
Yeah, but
gets
he-
all the things he
Mhm.
needs to attack. Oh, that was a very interesting adjustment. Doesn't decide to go for the Wits. I will have to play one of the ground for a second. Doesn't decide to go with this number to the far right. Should have been 4 high on the 10th column. This would work out pretty nicely as well. What's happening to Rorschach's stream now? Is it?
Hope it's only temporary. Scamper, please continue. We're waiting for Rorschach to come back. It takes a little bit longer. Then we will need to make a decision. Scamper, meanwhile, with 59 nines to 23. Then can you please try to refresh one more time Rorschach stream? And Rorschach went offline. Okay, so this game can't count, unfortunately, according to our rules. Scamper, I'm afraid we will have to take a third attempt to game number 8.
Well, I truly believe Scamper will be very happy this happens, given the pace of Rorschach's at the beginning of the game.
Rorschach
Now
went offline.
Rorschach went offline completely. You have no idea what's happening. Very lucky for Scamper though. At this point, if Rorschach had kept the space, he would have been about 100,000 points ahead at the moment.
Yeah, but we can't wait that long for Rorschach to come back. It's not
Yes,
fair
I mean,
to miss like half
yeah,
of a game.
still very lucky for Scamper that this game got aborted. Most likely would have lost it. The lead was getting really huge.
Yeah, so Adam, please refresh both players, and then we will start game number 8 one more time. Third attempt. I hope it will be successful this time.
Roszczak is ready. Scamper not ready yet. That could have been a pretty huge game for Roszczak. They already next game starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris.
Roszczak is seeing Scamper as well. Let's hope.
Essentially, Scamper gets the third chance in a row in the same game, effectively, to start with the lead. The previous two attempts, he was very much behind. I mean, not very much in the first game, because it ended up very quickly, but was behind there as well, pretty significantly, as for just the first lines. In the second game, Roszczak was on a monster pace. It now starts very well once again. 3 Tetrises within the first 14 lines, and Scamper in quite some trouble pace-wise. We survived without any issues, of course, but the position of this hole in the bottom row is very unfitting for the position of this now hole on the third row. This can take quite some time to get out of to the very bottom. And he doesn't decide to go with this S to the right.
Yeah,
I think he intentionally wants to go for the second column, second row Tetris immediately, and he gets it.
But meanwhile, Roszczak with about 3 Tetrises lead. Oh, and Scamper with another misdrop. Makes his life a little bit difficult. And Roszczak scoring another Tetris. There's 100,000 point lead for Roszczak at this stage of a game.
Yes, that's extraordinary to have this sort of lead. As if in 2 games in a row at the very beginning. Scamper is not playing bad. Just all the time something is wrong. Another misdrop. What a misdrop that was. What's happening?
I think Scamper...
And another one!
Pressure. I think it's kind of pressure for Scamper feels right now. It's not like a, skill issue in terms of your muscle control. I think there are simply nerves. Oh, and Scamper in a very, very tough situation right now.
Still survivable, but Roszczak 130,000 points ahead. This is yet greater lead than in the previous attempt.
Okay, and Scamper is in a very, very difficult situation. Not only in terms of scores, yeah, but not only in terms of scores. Score is one thing, and board state is another thing. So combining those two factors, it makes Scamper life very, very difficult. 143 Scamper, 319 Roszczak. Scamper should be clean very soon, and now Scamper is 160,000 points behind, and we have 60 lines to go on level 18. So all signs on the sky show that Scamper will need one of the best 19 games of his lifetime in order to have a chance to win this game.
Yes, in all realistic scenarios, this is already a winning advantage for Roszczak, assuming nothing very bad happens to his board pretty much right now. He can't go like absolutely safe yet though. Still needs like 4 Tetrises to have like a solid advantage. Now leading by 160,000 points still. Scamper more or less keeps struggling.
Oh, and Scamper's board once again not looking great. And he's also shaking his head. I think he knows that he will require a lot of 19. Adam, can you please quickly check Scamper's 19 PP? Is it about 200k?
Yeah, I do believe so. Let me see. Exactly. It's 197, so almost 600k. Almost 200k, sorry.
Yeah, so considering he has 190,000 point difference right now, so he will be required to score about his PB in order to have a chance, and considering that Rorschach tops out immediately on 19.
Yes, Rorschach will be leading by about 200 points, 200k points.
Scamper transitions with about 330.
Rorschach already at 520 with this Tetris. It
544.
is 544 and gets another one on 19. This is over 200k lead on 19. There's no way.
And Scamper's board not looking great. Scamper tops out at 360, 360. And let's find out if Rorschach can go to 600k. Rorschach forced a decider, so both players won't go home empty-handed. That's for sure. They will play one more game to decide who takes 2 points home.
Yes,
579,
we've
820.
gone through all the possible high scores in this match.
Yeah, this match is very close, and only one game will decide who will be the winner. The final game between Scamper and Rorschach.
Hello, Schweizella.
Hello, welcome.
That nice game. Very good game by Rorschach, suffer game by Scamper. They are ready for the decider, which starts in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Both players with 1 point to the table, now fighting for their seconds.
Yeah, and I will ask one more time. Does Scamper want to do the same as Tugi did? Win 2 matches with 2 deciders? I think Rorschach has some other plans in this case.
I mean, this match is pretty much as close as it gets.
And it's really difficult to predict who can win this match. Anything can happen, as we saw. Both players are capable of very high scores, and both players are also capable, in quotes, capable.
Rorschach with a
early
ghost
dropouts.
burn. This is pretty serious. This number will help a lot. Rorschach survives, but Scamper will be the one to take the early lead. Already 1 Tetris ahead and can easily bring it to 2. This number for this is not SPS match once again. Just doesn't get a long bar and Rorschach takes the lead himself. That was very unfortunate for Scamper, unfortunate for Rorschach that throughout this burning, Scamper with the clean board wasn't able to get away with the score whatsoever.
And we have Rorschach one more time with some internet issues. If it happens again that Rorschach goes offline, he will get a warning, and every next disconnection will mean a top out at the point of disconnection. So let's give Rorschach try.
He's back.
He's back, but he's buffering.
Is he? Scamper struggling. His board again.
Can you please try to refresh or check one again? Once again.
Rorschach is out.
We'll
have to repeat the game once again and give a warning to Rorschach. Now on, each next disconnection like this one will mean the game for
Oh, he's back.
Scamper. No, it's too late, I'm afraid.
Okay, now we have to stop the game because Rurchak also paused the game. So Scamper, Rurchak, please stop out the game. Unfortunately, we will have to repeat the decider. Too many weird things happened in this game. We have to repeat it. And Adam, as Rurchak is with us, give him a warning. Rurchak, we have to give you a warning. This was the second time you were disconnected. According to our rules, the third disconnection means no repeats of the games will mean an immediate the score at the disconnection will be counted as your top out score. Unfortunately, we can't allow to do it longer. We already repeated 2 times game number 8. We will be repeating game number 9 once again. We can't go with it forever.
It's pretty fortunate for Scamper once again though. This time he wasn't that much behind, but 2 Tetris easily.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even 3.
Yes, Scamper, we have to restart it again. That's very sorry, but it can't be like that. Rurchak is disappearing for more than seconds, for minutes or 2. Rurchak, if you can please check your camera because it looks like you are not moving. Or is it only my screen that I can see Rurchak
I
moving?
think it's frozen once again, really.
Mm-hmm. So before we are able to start the decider once again, we have to ask you, Rurchak, to check your camera again. I don't know if those disconnections have an influence on your camera, but it might be. Oh, and Rurchak is out again.
Everything looks fine now, and Scamper is on number 4, now on number 3, so you can start the decider in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Rurchak needs to win the game, and he cannot disconnect again, and this connection now on will be treated as top out. Scamper got very lucky 2 times already, maybe not very lucky, but quite lucky to be able to repeat the game in which he was very much behind. The first time about 4 to 5 Tetrises, now 2 to 3 Tetrises. This feels like that's the last chance he gets. It
And
starts
Scamper
with a messy board.
immediately. Mm-hmm.
Rorschach with another good start. Scamper still burning.
Yeah, but Scamper should be fine in a moment.
Well, not really. This is not like a perfect board. Yeah, here it is. Another Lombard dependency.
Yeah, and Rorschach, meanwhile, with about 80k lead.
Well, it looks like Rorschach is playing every single game like this at this point.
Mm-hmm.
There's like no stopping him.
And the only thing can stop him is his own internet, I'm afraid.
Yeah. Scamper almost 100,000 points ahead due to just this one burn sequence. It's extraordinary. Every single time Scamper starts with a disadvantage. For like how many games? I mean, how many times? Not necessarily games, how many times? It's like 5 in a row, isn't it?
You know, something like that. Mm-hmm. I lost track, but yeah, you might be right, Adam. Okay, Rorschach 218 after 52 lines, Scamper 125. So there is about 90,000 point lead, so a little bit more than 4 Tetris's lead for the Polish player in this decider, and Rorschach is going very, very strong and very, very clean.
Hello, policy strangers.
Welcome to the stream.
What was this triple S for Scamper? Pretty much had to go for the Spire.
Mm-hmm.
Almost 100,000 points ahead. What's happening? Once again, we have a great game by Rorschach and a complete
Scamper
suffer
board.
game for Scamper. This is not looking good by any means. Misses the attack. Scamper misses the attack.
And Scamper is in a lot of trouble right now. He needs a series of very nice pieces. Can he get them?
Needs a quick tap. Doesn't go for it. Needs a quick tap now. Doesn't go for it again. Scamper
And that's
will
it.
top out. Rorschach takes the game and the match.
Rorschach, despite all of those technical issues, was able to prove what's his worth, and he wins the first match for him in this season 5-4. It's a decider win, but win is a win. And Rorschach, if you wanna, you can go to the end of this game. It's your victory lap, or call it whatever you want. Commiserations, Scamper. You have 3 more matches to go in this league, and for at least one of them you will have to wait like about a week or so. So we have some time to train and yeah, get rid of this rustiness, or how do you say it in English? You are definitely able to bring some great games. You delivered some high-scoring games today. So yeah, definitely you are the one who can go very, very well. And we have Rorschach playing on level 19 speeds. Let's see how far can he go.
Okay, Scamper, thanks for the info.
And Rorschach's situation is not looking good. He needs... Oh, and he didn't get the L to the left. 516, 360 is the final score for the Polish player.
Rorschach starts with a win. Better in all but highest line statistics. Especially better in average losing score by about 3 Tetrises. Another pretty shaky match. Like a lot of great and a lot of not so great moments. Both sides. But Ruszczak prevails.
Yeah, and
Takes
Ruszczak
2
missed
points.
1,000 lines by only 8 in this match, but takes those 2 points to the table, as you say, Adam. Apropos the tables, you can show current standings to our viewers. As you can see, Rocco is leading with 3 points, Scamper but also with 3 points, but 2 matches, and then Ruszczak with 2 points, James with 1. So what we have predicted, Adam, that this will be a very tight division. Only few matches played, but yeah, there show that there can be a lot of nice actions, and maybe even those single games could count, those winning or losing in deciders. If there will be many of those deciders, there might be meaningful for the overall standings. Still waiting for Alex, H and Szykoszczak to play their first matches. And let's see how it goes further with the standings. Also, Ruszczak for this match gained about 25 ELO points for winning against Scamper. So Ruszczak surpasses the 1400 points barrier. It's worth 18 at the moment.
Yes, Ruszczak world number 18. Climbing up.
Scamper lost some points and is on spot 15 right now. And the highest spot from the Division 2 players is right now Rocco Ricci with 1474. And the lowest from Division 1 is Sydney with 1502. So if there are some players from Division 2 who keep winning, and if Sydney or Jesper or Team or someone else from Division 1 keep losing, maybe there will be some changes in the overall ELO standings. So
and
this will be also a
from
factor.
Division 3 also currently higher than Ruszczak, only behind Rocco Ricci and Scamper from Division 2.
Yeah, the Division 3 player Jidar, made a lot of progress recently as well. 700k points in overall Paldust PB, and also 191,600 for PAL 19 Dust PB, which spots him on as rank number 13 in those PAL 19 lists. So yeah, Jidar slowly but surely trying to go to the top 10 in both Paldas ELO and PAL 19 ELO standings. He's not far away. In both of them, there will be also some Lolpot Classics, and then we will see how it goes. But guys, that's not all for today. We have one more thing to do. It's a draw of tomorrow's level 19 tournament. There are 5 players who registered for this event. Players seeded are Adam, Rota, also known as Mörke, James and Jidar, and we have also Trisky as a 5th player, and we will make a draw in which match Trisky joins us. But let me check something. Okay, so if, for example, a bye is drawn first, that means Adam doesn't have to play his quarterfinal, and we will be drawing as long as we get Trisky. Then Trisky plays first match against a drawn player. The other 3 will be seeded in the semi-finals of this event. This event has a extended format compared to the previous one. It's first to 7, win by 2, compared to first to 5. Players gave us their feedback that first to 5 is a little bit too short, so we'll try with a little bit longer format this time. Yeah. So Adam, if we are ready, we can
Yes,
start
I am
with
ready.
a draw. Okay, so let's draw. For the first spot, will it be Trisky or will it be this one of the buys?
This is one of the buys.
This is one of the buys. So you are Adam. You are safe for your first match. So you will join right in the semifinal. Okay, so let's see if there will be a buy or will Jidach play Trisky in the first match. And the Jidach also gets a buy, so it means that Jidach will be playing you, Adam, in the semi-final.
Now let's see if Merke gets Trisky, plays Trisky. Merke gets by, then James plays Trisky.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Hello, Trisky. Hello, Merke.
Hello.
Yes, Jidach, we need to train more.
And there will be also a buy for Merke, so it means that we have an American duel in the first round of the Lulpak 19 tomorrow. James versus Trisky. The winner of this match will play Rota, aka Merke, in the second semifinal.
Let's take a look at the full bracket then. Oh, it will be ready very, very soon. And here we have it. So we will start with James versus Trisky at 18 UTC tomorrow. Then with the semi-final Jidach versus me. Then with the semi-final Rotta, aka Merke, against whoever wins the first match. And then the final. 4 matches to come. Just 4. Why haven't you signed up more? Go sign up, there's money to win in that tournament. There will be a match Reno, which starts at $25. Alright, I guess that's it for today.
So James, Trisky, prepare for your match 18 UTC. And then, as Adam said, we will go with the Polish semi-final, then the second semi-final, and the final. We don't give a full schedule for this. It depends how the matches end. Some of them may take longer, some of them may take shorter. So be with us at 18 UTC tomorrow with the Lulpak 19-2 tournament. And yeah, as Adam said, it might be it for today. Tomorrow is the Lulpak 19. Tomorrow no league, but we are going back with league on Sunday with 2 matches scheduled. Adam versus Jesper Division 1 and Trisky versus Richard Wolf Division 4. Adam's match is at 18 UTC if I'm not mistaken. And 1 hour later, Trisky versus Richard Wolf. So guys, thank you for watching today. I wish you...
We will ride Richard Wolf, who was just mentioned.
Yeah, so let's ride Richard Wolf. Let's have a lot of fun for the rest of your day or the night, wherever you are. And see you tomorrow during Lulpak 19-2 stream and on Sunday with League. Thank you for watching today. Bye-bye.
here we have it. The right zone. That means the stream is over. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow at 18 UTC. Bye.